Hi guys, this is Aaliyah. As promised, I said I would do a video about my favorite way to make money online. I'm going to reveal my favorite way to make money online in a little bit. But first, I got to give you a little background about myself. I am a mother to 7 beautiful children. I have 5 girls, 2 boys. My children range in the age from 18 to 2. So I say this because not that I want everybody in my business, but I want you guys to know that if I can do it, you can do it too. And I am not gonna share anything with you or allow anyone to post anything in a group that is not verifiably legit. Because my problem with a lot of these make money online groups, they get taken over by spammers and scammers and all that other crazy nonsense. I want to keep that out because at this point in time, other people need to know that there's ways to make money from the comfort of your own home without going to make somebody else's dreams come true. Okay, you can make yours come true as well. You can have financial freedom as well. And the best thing about it is that you don't need no degree, no high school diploma. Your background don't matter. You know, these things are pertinent to the community. Okay, now what I want to say is that I started my journey as an entrepreneur back in 2017. Like the end of 2017, I started my entrepreneur journey. And the reason why I got started was not because I have a struggle story. I don't come from a family that fed me mayonnaise sandwiches and, you know, I had to shack up with 4 other people in the bed and I didn't know where I was getting my next meal from kind of thing. I'm sorry, there's a helicopter passing. Okay, so, you know, I don't have that struggle story. Let me tell you my story. My story is that I was a knucklehead, okay? I thought that I was grown. I wanted to be out there on the streets doing stuff I ain't had no business doing. And nothing that bad, but at that age, it's like, girl, your most important thing should be your education, but it wasn't for me. I didn't care about my education. For the most part, I really didn't. I cared about chasing boys, cutting school, smoking weed with my friends. That's my story, and that's something that I overcame, and let me tell you why. In September of 2003, I gave birth to my first child. At that point, I was 16 going on 17 years old. I was afraid, I'm not gonna lie. My family was very angry at me for even getting pregnant. Forget having a baby, but the fact that I allowed myself to get pregnant at 16. My family was over it. My family are educators. Like literally, just about everybody in my family are educators. They either general education, special education, but they are educators. So anyway, long story short, you know, my son down the line was diagnosed with autism. And for me, I was in denial for a very long time. I used to bring him around my friends and he didn't want to do what my friends' kids was doing. He wanted to do other stuff. And that's when I knew like something's not right. And at that point, nobody really knew what autism was. You understand? So it's like, and me being a teen mom, it was just very scary for me. So at that point, I decided, okay, well, I'm going to leave sales and let me find a security job because that way I could work overnight. So I started working security and I did that for years up until 2017. Okay? 2017 rolled around. I had 6 children. I was over any job. I was just tired of it. I didn't want to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what did I do? I'm at work. I'm on a computer. And I start seeing like things about, you know, what I'm going to reveal to you. So I'm like, okay, well, let me try this out. And I tell you, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Ever since, I want to say probably a week after that, I quit my job. And I'll explain to you why later. But that's a little bit about me and my background. Now, the reason why I started this group, as I said before, was because I want to weed out all those scammers and spammers, and that way people can have a legit community to come to if they're looking for a job, looking for online opportunities. Listen, I know that, eventually I won't be able to respond to everybody via message, but for now, you could tag me in a post. You could inbox me if you have a question, if you need help with something, if you're not sure if something is real. I am like the FBI, okay? I will find out for you if it's real or not. Just reach out to me. I am here to help. I'm sorry, y'all. My phone. Okay, so now that we found out a little bit about me and my mission and why I'm doing what I'm doing, I would like you guys to tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me your story. Tell me why you joining this group. You looking for online opportunities? Okay, but what kind of online opportunities? What exactly are you looking to do? Like, please comment below and tell me what kind of content you would like me to post. I'm here to help you guys, and definitely feel free to share this group. Invite your friends, family, whoever you feel like can benefit from this information. Make sure you invite them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's free. Like, I didn't charge nobody nothing. I'm even offering you a free ebook, since you want online opportunities or any opportunity. I offer the free ebook for people who are interested. So I'm here to provide value to your life. I want to help you. So now we're going to get into the big reveal. Okay, so now I would like to talk to you about my big reveal. Now we about to get into the meat and potatoes. So my favorite way to make money online is by virtual wholesaling properties and real estate. When I tell you this has to be one of the most profitable ways to make legit money, a lot of money, quickly. Like, if you already have the buyer, you can close on a property in 7 days. That means that a week from today, if you have a buyer right now, you can make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, okay? But first, before we get into all of that, first, you need to know what virtual wholesaling is. Now, wholesaling properties as a whole, and I'm reading from my notes, so stick with me. So in real estate, wholesaling is when a person like you and I contracts a home with the seller, then finds an interested party to buy it. So that person may come with cash. That person may come with financing. That person may borrow the money from someone, from a company, right? And buy the property that way. Now, the wholesaler contracts the home with a buyer at a higher price than with the seller. So that means that if I get a property under contract for $10,000, okay, and I see that I can possibly sell, or someone's interested in buying this property for $20,000, I get paid the difference, okay, at closing. So, generally, these properties will be distressed properties. So, abandoned properties, properties that done got caught on fire, properties that have high grass that nobody's really taking care of. Somebody might live there, but nobody's really taking care of it. There's other levels to it, but that's the basics of it, okay? Later on, I'm going to reveal to you 10 steps to getting your property under contract and to closing your first deal. I'm going to give you the 10 steps that you must follow to make money in this business. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go into complete detail. Okay? If you guys want those videos, definitely leave a comment and I can see if I can make that happen for you, you know? But I am here to help, like I said. And this is how I make my money. Like, I haven't had a job in years, okay? I know that, you know, there's houses everywhere. People are always selling houses. People are always buying houses. That's just a given. So don't think that, oh, well, this house is $200,000. Nobody's going to buy it. It's not true. Okay, let me tell you. People have money out here. Yes, there's people that's poor. But there's also people that, you know, have money to spend or, you know, to buy these properties, these investment properties, because that's really what it is for them. Okay? But I love real estate so much and I'm so passionate about it because you can get so creative. Like, it's so many ways you can make money in this industry without even getting a realtor's license. Now, I will say that some states, Oklahoma, November 1st in Oklahoma, you will have to have a license in order to get more properties under contract with wholesaling. Okay, Oklahoma is one, Philadelphia is one, Virginia is one, Illinois is one, and I think it's another one. But these cities and states, they require that you have a real estate license to close on these deals. Now, I can't say that there's somebody actually governing these things, but I don't recommend it. Like, if you're virtually wholesaling, that means that you can find a property, you know, wherever. And at this point, we have Google Earth. So you literally can go into a neighborhood and walk around and see what the neighborhood is like. Okay? So don't get discouraged. Don't. Okay? So next, I'm going to give you the first step that you have to do in order to start getting these properties under contract and making some money, right? So the first step, you have to set up your business entity. Now, you can either set up your business entity with LegalZoom, or you can do it through your Secretary of State website. If you're not really familiar on how to set up your business entity, like that means a LLC, a S Corp, incorporated, sole proprietorship. You know, if you're not familiar how to do it, they do have videos on YouTube that will tell you, you know, that will tell you how to properly set up your business. You also need to get you also need to get an EIN number, and you get that number for free off the IRS website. The only thing is that you have to get it between business hours. After that, you gotta wait until the following business day. But you don't have to pay for an EIN number. So you can do it before you set up your business or after. It's also that way you could set up a business bank account, because I'm telling you, people get sued. The more money you make, the more problems you have. And you do not want somebody to sue you, your personal self. If they sue you, let them sue ABC 123 LLC, okay? Not you, not your personal assets. You want, you know, your personal assets to be separate from your business, okay? And the EIN number is also great for Duns and Bradstreet setup, and that has to do with business credit. That's a whole nother thing. I'm not going to go into that, but you know, the EIN number is definitely for the business bank account, because when you sign these contracts with the sellers and you close with a title or closing attorney, you want to close under your business name, not under your real name. Okay? So that's number one. That's the first thing you need to do if you decide you want to get your feet wet in this business. So about the repairs. The repairs are definitely also in the calculations. It's ARV minus repairs times 0.70, and that will equal your maximum allowable offer. Okay, you definitely have to include the repairs because that's going to tell you how close you are to your after repair value. Okay, is it a deal? That's how you know whether or not it's a deal. So yeah, repairs are very important. So after you generate your leads, you on the phone with Mr. Seller. Mr. Seller is telling you he just got a divorce. He wants nothing to do with this house and he will give it to you for free. That right there tells you, Mr. Seller, listen, I don't want to take your house for free. However, I can help you sell it. Now, the thing is about a lot of wholesalers that is not correct that they do. And one of the reasons why they're trying to regulate it is because people lie. Do not say you're going to buy the house if you don't have money or the financing to buy the house. Simply say, hi, Mr. Seller. My name is so-and-so, and I'm wondering if you would like to sell your property. Oh, yeah, sure. You're going to buy it. Well, I work with a team of investors that are looking to buy houses in this neighborhood. So I may not personally buy it, but my team might be interested. So I go and look for properties for them to purchase on the end. Okay, so how do you make money? I have to pay you? No, Mr. Seller, you don't have to pay me. It's the buyer that actually pays me. In fact, you don't even have to pay closing costs. And most of them are like, what? Well, I don't have to pay closing costs. Serious. And that's where you have them, okay? Now, if you run into buyers that, or I'm sorry, not buyers, sellers that it's just like, no, right off the back end. Just let them go. Don't try to force them. Don't try to convince them. Don't keep harassing them. Just say thank you. Have a blessed day, a great weekend, a great year, whatever. Just let them go, okay? It's like people get too hungry and too desperate. And, you know, it's like even in Atlanta, they are getting ready to regulate wholesaling in Atlanta because so many people are complaining. Why? Because Atlanta at once upon a time was a very hot market, okay? And everybody wanted to work it. But I'm here to tell you, stay away from the big cities. Stay away from it. I have closed my deals the fastest in rural areas, okay? Now, not too rural. You want to be able to find comps so that way you know possibly what you're dealing with. You want to know a ballpark of your numbers, okay, when you are working these numbers out. Eventually, if y'all want me to, I could do a video, like an actual video where I'm going step by step, actually showing you how I do it, okay? I could do that. I also offer mentoring services. I can mentor you, or we can JV together on some deals and get these things closed out and make some money. It's completely up to you. Like I said, I am here to help, okay? So after you generate your leads, you calculate your offer price, you're going to then reach out to these sellers that you came up with your offer price and make offers, okay? You're going to make the offers. The more offers you make, the more money you make, Okay? Now, you're going to have sellers that'll be like, are you freaking out of your mind? Don't let that deter you. You're going to get a lot of no's. Okay? Some people, they get into this business and they can close on deals in no time. Everybody's not like that. Some people, it took them a whole year. But after that year, it was just like coming and coming and coming and coming. And they were like drowning in deals. Okay? So don't be discouraged by your 1,000 no's. Because I promise you, there's 2,000 yeses behind that. I can promise you that. I do this for a living. I'm telling you. Okay, so after you make the offer to Mr. Seller and Mr. Seller says, hey, listen, that's how much I could get for this house. Okay, great. I'm all in. Where do I sign? You send them your contracts via DocuSign. Everything is electronic. They sign, send it back to you. Okay? After that, you have to put an earnest money deposit down. We call it EMD. You have to put earnest money deposit down. I don't care if it's $10. There was a case in federal court, and I can't remember which case it was, but there was a case where a person lost a house because when they bought it, the wholesaler didn't put an earnest money deposit down. There was no money exchanged in this contract, so the contract wasn't even binding. Okay? I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $2. Okay? Make sure you put an earnest money deposit down. I'm telling you. Some sellers may ask you about it, but most of them don't even ask you. Okay? So the ones that don't even ask you, you can put $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever, to open up escrow. You have to open up escrow, get the title company or closing attorney to start the title search, because they have to make sure there's no liens on the property and, you know, it's able to be sold free and clear. Okay? So after you open up escrow, oh, please note, don't ever give a seller or buyer your escrow EMD money, okay? Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Only the title attorney or the closing attorney. It depends on, I'm sorry, not the title attorney, the title company. I'm sorry. The title company or the closing attorney. It depends on what state you're in. Some states, like Georgia, is it's closing attorneys. Some states, you know, like Detroit, stuff like that, they do title companies. Okay? So it all depends. I said some states like Detroit. Detroit is not even a state. Michigan. I'm so sorry. I'm over here looking at my notes and I'm like, wait, what? Please excuse me. So this next step, which is number 8, this is a little tricky now. Okay? So number 8, it's not tricky. Let me not say it's tricky. But a lot of people be like, should I find the house first and get it under contract and then find the buyer? Or should I find the buyer and then find the house? It's your preference. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You will close faster if you find the buyer first and find out what they're looking for and go find that. Okay? You will close faster doing it that way. But it's easier to talk to sellers than buyers, because buyers will know that you are not experienced just by the language. Okay? They will know, and they will play on that, and they will take advantage of it. So when you're first starting out, I would say you find the sellers first and then the buyers. Okay? Because the sellers, like, you don't have to convince them. If you feel like you have to convince them to sell you their property or whatever the case may be, then they're not motivated. They're not even, it's almost a waste of time. Like, serious. So the best thing to do, like I said, just starting out, find the house first. Find the seller that is distressed. That's looking to sell their property. Okay? For pennies on the dollar. Serious. So, after that, you're going to find the buyer. Okay? So the contract that you sign with the seller, oh, I'm sorry. My phone is dying. So the contract that you sign, tongue twister, that you sign with the seller, you're going to execute that contract to a cash buyer. So, or a buyer. Not even just a cash buyer, a buyer. Okay? That means that you are going to sign your rights over to this property to that end buyer for X amount of dollars. So you have A contract for the seller and B contract for the buyer. Okay? So you're going to take the A contract and give it to B. B going to give you money for giving him that contract. That's who's going to pay you. That's where your fee is going to come from. The buyer. Okay? So, once you get all that done, get all this paperwork together, get it to the title company or closing attorney that you're dealing with. The property is free and clear, no liens or judgments or nothing against the property. You could close. That's it. That's why the bank account is very important, because they will wire your money as soon as you close. Sometimes it'll take the next day for them to wire the money to you, depending on how the buyer comes with the financing. Whether they're using cash or they getting it from some company, you know, it all depends. It all depends. But you'll definitely have your money within 24 hours. That's for sure. Okay? Now, if you're local, you can go to the closing and get your check. You know, some places will give you a check if you are at the closing. But you don't have to be at the closing. I'm so sorry. You don't have to be at the closing. Okay? So, those are the 10 steps to making $5,000 in 30 days. And if you don't believe me, we could JV. If you don't believe me, we could JV on this property. Or these properties. Whichever. It's totally up to you. I got the experience. You know, it's like if you want these opportunities, you want to make this money, you want financial freedom, you got to put in the work to get it. You got to put in the work. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. Stop looking for everything that's free. Because a lot of times when it's free, it's too good to be true. But I'm here to tell you, I got 7 kids, and one thing I believe in is karma. And I'm not here to scam, lie, or cheat nobody. And nobody's going to come in my group and do that to y'all either. Okay? So, I'm going to end it here. That was my number 1 way to make money online. Virtual wholesaling or wholesaling properties. Real estate, the most creative industry in the world. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can do it from another country. You could be in Australia wholesaling properties in the United States. Okay? Do me a favor. Make sure you share this video with all your friends, your family. You know, add them to the group. Put your people on. Okay, put your people on. I can go down the line later on about, you know, I could get a little deeper about how you can add certain services and stuff. You can actually grow this thing. You could grow this thing into an empire. and I could teach you. I could show you how. Okay? Scared money don't make no money, baby. Let's get these Benjamins. I'm out of here, y'all. Later.